Hi, Julie Watts here. I just thought I'd pop in, as I've promised, to create a quick video to show you how to do these Distress Oxide backgrounds, which I absolutely adore. And the actual technique is based on one of the techniques that's in Diane Reevely's book, Distinctly Delusional. And in this book, there's loads of great ideas, lots of inspiration on how to create some backgrounds. And don't know what's happened to that. Yeah, so this is where I've got my idea from, and it's this one here. You see, it's that's how she calls it scribbling layers. And obviously she uses her Dilutions ink sprays for this one. But we're using the Distress Oxide sprays. Obviously you can do it with the Dilution sprays as well. So this is a couple of backgrounds that I created, because you do get a twofer. You get one that's got like scribbly lines on, and then you get one that's just a lovely muted background. Obviously these are from different sessions. So anyway, let's show you how you do it. So I usually use an A4 piece of Sentimental Yours super smooth watercolour card, because I like to be able to stamp on it afterwards. But so that you can see everything and it's quicker, I'm just using 2 pieces of A5. So starting with one of them, and this is a really kind of non-messy way to use sprays, and I think that's why I like it so much. So I picked 3 Distress Oxide sprays. I've got mustard seed, crackling campfire, and picked raspberry. Not sure how these are going to go together, but we'll soon find out. Mostly everything kind of works. And with the oxide sprays, there's a ball bearing in it, so you need to just agitate them. Oops, not like that, but agitate them so that the pigment at the bottom is actually mixing in. So give them all a kind of a really good swirl. I've not used my crackling campfire before, so that's going to be quite nice. And you need a mister bottle with water in it. And give it a really good, give the card a really good soaking with the water first of all. Might look too much, but it's fine. Start with what you think is the lightest colour. So I'm going to go for the mustard seed first. And you just unscrew the top and you're going to draw with the tube. So you just add your ink with the tube. So you can do whatever lines you want to. I do tend to do circles. But obviously you could do up and down if you wanted to. You could go across the page. You could do squares. You can do whatever you want to, but you will see whatever shape you're doing on one of your pieces. So this piece will have those lines on it. There's a good covering of mustard seed. Now you give it another mist. It looks like it's got plenty of water on it, but you know, there's some areas which aren't mixing in very much. So you want to give it a really good mist. But this is how I do it anyway. Then I'm going to go for my picked raspberry, which is I think my next strongest colour. And again, drawing with the tube on top. And obviously the water that you've got going on here, that's what oxidizes the ink. And it will stop it from moving when you put things all on top. So when your background's dry, you can watercolour on top. And the ink doesn't move, which is just fabulous. Okay, I think that's enough of the pink. Again, give it a mist again, and it will bow, but and again, this ink that we've got lying around, we can pick that up onto another piece. Another mist, and we're going to go with our crackling campfire, which is going to be a real pop because it's a really deep orangey red. I'm getting a bit impatient here. I want it to be darker than that. Come on, out you come. Don't worry if you've got splodges. Splodges are good. I like the splodges. In fact, Diane, with her technique, when she's finished and done what we're going to do next, she does actually flick some extra colour on. So you can see that's waking up now and it's looking redder. Okay, I think that's probably enough. Step away, Julia. One last mist. Make sure that's oxidized. And then you take another piece of card. This is where you get a bit mucky. And you place your other piece of card on top, like so. Kitchen roll, and use it to press it down and kind of smoosh them together. And this is where you can actually ink the other side, which is quite handy. Be careful of your fingerprints. Let's have another piece of kitchen roll there so I don't get fingerprints. And there's my second side. So if I'm doing a journal page, if I'm using my Studio Light dies, this side of my page is inked already. So that's really cool, isn't it? And then separate them. And this is the big reveal. Ooh, likey. Now, there's our two pieces. Let's see if I can put it so that you can see. Obviously, they're still wet, and I've got ink underneath, well, water underneath as well. So what you've got is you've got this one, and this one, as it dries, it'll come out more. You can see all the lines. The darker colour goes into all of the lines that you've drawn. So that's why you go lightest first to dark. And then this one is more of a kind of a faded piece. And you do sometimes get, you can see at the bottom there, you do get pooling. Now, if you don't want that, just blot it off. I do tend to leave it because I do cut mine down to go into my Pink Pig journal. So I cut them down to 5 1/4 by 7 1/4, which is kind of the biggest size to go in my black journal, and even leave a nice black border. But obviously, if you're doing tags as well, they will fit on here. But sometimes if you leave these areas here, it's almost like you've got a natural set of hills or something. So I do tend to leave them and work with them with my piece later on. So there we are. That's how you do the really cool oxide background based on Diane Reevely's technique. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like and comment if you can. And thanks for stopping by.